Backstage, the show where we sit down with local artists and international artists and find out what's going on in their lives and in their careers. On Channel 82, where Bermuda shines through.
Hi, I'm Mr. Magic, and welcome to another edition of Backstage. My guest today hails from St. Catherine in Jamaica. He spent quite some time here in Bermuda. He's a reggae artist. He's got many hits. He sang on the slang tang rhythm. He's my guest today, Mr. Woody Noble. How you doing, sir?
Thank you, Mr. Magic.
Well, thank you very much for being here, taking time out of your busy schedule.
Thank you.
To sit down and talk with us here on Backstage. So let's get right to it.
Thank you for having me again, Mr. Magic.
Not a problem at all. Now, you've been coming back and forward to Bermuda for a number of years.
Yes.
Many people know you here. You've done collaborations with local artists.
Yes.
But right now, actually, you've just recently come back because you went back home to fix your club up and do some things.
Club up and running again. Center Palace nightclub. Welcome to Bermuda. Welcome to Jamaica. It's just like that for everybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the HQ for B&J Music, you know what I mean? And as I'm saying, June is almost here already.
Yeah.
That will be 20 years, the 10th of June.
That's how long your club would have been open?
That's how long since I'm in Bermuda.
Been in Bermuda?
Yeah,
that's right. You are married to a Bermudian.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
So, you know.
So you're Bermudian?
Well, we say that.
Of course. I mean, we're family.
Yes.
Heritage. I mean, most Bermudians' heritage come from the Caribbean anyway. So it's an easy transition for you. So, okay, you've produced some great music over the years. Let's take it back just a little bit. The slang tang rhythm.
Yeah, well, as I say, with the producing as an artist, yes, I produce some great songs, working alongside with producers like King Jamis. They are the producer, deal with the studio work, get the beat done. Like Wayne Slinting Simmet, he's passed away now, great artist. He's the one who's the founder of the Slinting Rhythm. Him and King Jamis together. And Jamis had created that compiled album with 10 great artists, and I'm one of them. It's Woody Noble. And as I would say, it's a beautiful thing because that's where my career has begun. I work with guys like Junior Walker. I did some recording with that producer before on the Justice International label. Yeah, that was really one of my first producers before I started working with King Jamis. Then I go to Joe Gibbs, where I work on another compiled album alongside some great artists like Lad Parks and the We the People.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's where it begins from. And then I start working with Jamis in the 80s. 87, 86, that's when he dropped the Slanting album with Tennessee, John Wayne, Tonto Irie, Johnny Ashburn, Woody Noble, you name it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, so you started with that.
That album go four corners of the world. Great.
Yeah.
It's a #1 album all over the world.
So you can call this humble beginnings.
It's a humble beginnings.
Yeah, humble beginnings. And then are you coming here to Bermuda?
Well, 94, I got a tour. As you know, I was doing my little tour here, there and there as a reggae artist from down the islands. You know, we're going to islands, we're going to other countries. But I get my first tour in Canada. You know, that's where I had a good time. It was my first tour, and I spent 3 months in Toronto.
Okay.
You know, those days it was big bike. Everybody wanted to ride a big bike. So my first ninja bike was from Toronto, Canada.
Okay.
Because I went on tour and I did what I had to do. And then when I came back, Jammy's released Slinting. But I had some other track that they released that they call He Don't Love You, Bubbling Daddy, and all those tracks that released by Jammys. Choo Choo Lovin' and those tracks. But really and truly, Slinting, Ram Jam Session was my track on the album. That was a track that really did well because it overseas it did a lot of great things. But those days, so much artists in the camp is like Woody Noble wasn't getting the respect where Woody Noble had to get. So 1994 was my turn to make a turn in my life. And I got a tour, me and Beenie Man, to Bermuda. That's how I came to Bermuda, and it was Beenie Man's first time, as he said. And my good friend of mine, because we guys toured Canada in the 80s, me and Beenie Man together. So Bermuda was my first time touring with Beenie Man. We toured before. And I came back by some other fans, which was, I give requests and respect to my brother in George, which was the Legacy Sound System.
Yes.
They made the choice to bring me back. A couple of other friends that was in that crew said they want back Woody Noble, because at the same time, Woody Noble is known as not really a guy who get much #1, but as a guy who is a dubplate king. I was touring as a dancehall artist, come rum up the dance, kill a sound.
Right.
You have me on a sound clash. Enough respect to some of my friends in London, like the great Saxon.
Okay. So this has spread just not in the Caribbean and Canada, but
No.
in Europe as well.
Yes, in
You know,
Europe.
and doing that. Now,
Lot of radio
your time
stations.
here in Bermuda.
Yes.
How many songs have you written while you were here?
Well, man, geez, I've written so many songs. I've written over 30 odd songs.
You're right.
Yes, because right now I've got 2 albums looking to release.
Okay.
2011, that's when I released my first production. I sit down, humble myself, me and my wife, and we come together and we thought about having our own music label, which was really my desire as an artist. And
Right.
I said, well, I'm gonna call it B&J. The B represent Bermuda,
Bermuda, Jamaica
the
collaboration.
J represent
Got you.
Jamaica.
Yes.
So
yes,
that's the
yes.
reason for B&J. I'm representing this island because I love this island, and you know, being a great time here for me, successful, you know. Respect again to Center Palace nightclub because I used to work 9 to 5 in Bermuda as an artist too.
Okay.
I'm a skill guy, know to build, know to fix, you know. I was in the construction industry, come out successful, do well, come out as a tradesman. Didn't know what I was doing when I was going in that trade, but that's how I could feed my family.
And so you learned and you
And
became
move on.
skilled at it.
Yes, and in the long run, I say, well, it's time to move on and do my own thing, and I think about building my own record studio. Now I have a studio on its way to the finish
Okay.
in Jamaica, and I have my own label out. So 2011, B&J launched an album called Bermuda Meets Jamaica, Volume 1.
Yes.
5 Bermudan artists.
Okay. Well, when we come back,
5 Jamaican
we're going to go to break right now. But when we come back, we're going to talk about those Bermudian artists that you have collaborated with.
Yes.
Mark T comes to name first off the top of my head.
Yeah,
You know,
but I didn't
as some no. Not that you've collaborated with him,
Yes.
but you have you know
We
him.
did a one song.
And we've done something.
Yeah.
Okay, but we'll talk about that and others that you've done work with. When we come back right after this, more Backstage with Woody Noble. We'll see you after this message.